Hi and welcome along to Better Way to Do That, a weekly-ish podcast where I, Grant Mullen,
and myself, John Menezies,
somehow managed to cram a half-hour worth of garbage into a free podcast.
And sometimes there's a little bit of talk about music.
That's what we started the podcast for. So today we're going to be talking about song lyrics, but who knows what else we're going to be talking about.
We'll be going all over the place, don't you worry about that.
Why don't you find out with us? Enjoy. All right, John, it is hard to believe already we are in the coldest bloody time of the year. We're in the second week of August.
I know I'm actually feeling the cold.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Oh, I love Christmas. Must be Christmas soon, eh? Everything's getting wintry.
Wrong country, mate.
Oh, that's right. I was raised with cold Christmases, and now, it still doesn't feel right. It's weird.
Hey, speaking of Christmas in the wrong time of year, we just did a very exciting collab. We did a collab.
We do collabs now.
We do collabs with those guys. We did a collab with Michael and Jeremy Steal Your Podcast, a couple of very funny dudes from the USA.
From the USA. Yeah, it was a good bit of fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and they drilled through our ceiling and they stole our podcast.
And now you've got a massive house repair bill, there's a hole in the floor, and we've lost a podcast. Never to be found again.
Well, you know what? I don't mind that we lost that particular podcast.
Yeah, that was fine. We'll live.
I mean, that song, you know, it's not what we thought it was going to be.
Well, I didn't mind the song, but sadly I didn't know who the artist was. Lydia.
Lydia Can't Breathe.
Lydia Can't Breathe. It turns out she can, because she does songs. But yeah, it was interesting.
She can't now. She was taken hostage and now she's gone. She's actually disappeared. She's gone.
Well, she might have had a horrific accident and she genuinely can't breathe, and she's on a big machine and does all her music.
It was a cry for help.
Electronically.
It was a cry for help.
Maybe.
But we're not talking about...
I'd like to think she's in a big incubator somewhere. No, I don't wish that upon anyone.
We're not talking about her this week, though. We have got a very... this is one of my favourite songs.
Oh, really? Good.
This week. Yes.
Good.
Actually, so I hope you don't muck it up for me because I love this song.
Oh, mate, would I muck up a song for you? You know me well.
You sound like one of those late night TV ads. Oh, actually, can you do me a favour and go flick that fan off?
Oh, yes.
Hang on a sec. And through the magic of podcast, we're back.
That only took 14 minutes, but you people, it was
a millisecond.
gone in an
We're
instant.
time travellers now, aren't we? If you heard a hum in the background, sorry about that. It's really, really, really cold. Yeah. And I said to John while I was doing a bit of editing before, I said, "Oh, mate, can you just go chuck the heater on for me?" And I'm sitting here, I'm listening to because I've got the headphones on. This is how we set it up. I've got the headphones on. I'm listening to the stuff. John turns up and is the talent for this podcast.
I just sit here and look gorgeous, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's my job.
I love what you've done with your hair.
Thank you, man.
No, your chest hair.
My chest hair. I know. I plaited it especially for you.
It's more of a braid, really.
Bit of a braid. Yeah, I know. Just trying something a little bit different. You know.
And your back hair?
My back hair, well, I've just simply combed that to the side with Brill cream, as you can see.
I love how glossy it is.
Yeah. I've got one of those big, big, awful tank tops from the 80s where you can still see most of my back. Yeah. Like I've just come out of the gym.
Is that a third nipple?
That's a fourth. I won't tell you where the third is.
I suddenly don't want to have this conversation
anymore. Let's move on. Let's move on. Should we move on to a song?
Yeah, let's do it. As I said,
we've got a cheeky little song here.
One of my favourites.
One of your favourites.
Why don't you tell our beauties what we got in store this week?
Well, beauties, I've picked a song called "Where the Streets Have No Name" by a little band called U2. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Where are they from?
I think they're from Ireland, Grant.
Is that right?
They're from Ireland, so the listeners are going to get a wee bit of Irish voices in this time.
I hope no one Irish is listening. Actually, the only Irish thing I have in me is that right there. Lefroy.
Oh, the drink. I thought you were staring at the wall. I was saying, what, you got the madness?
As I said it, and someone has just screamed at their transistor radio for saying that. It's from Scotland, you dickhead.
I'm allowed to take the piss out of the Irish because I am myself part Irish. I have Irish heritage.
Which part?
Left arm, which was the one that I got smashed, which now has metal in it.
So you're heavy metal Irish?
Heavy metal Irish, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I am, I think, like 0.04% metal.
Wow. Have you been to an airport? You're going to an airport next week.
I'm going to find out. Yes, I find out on the weekend whether I can get through an airport undetected with my metal arm.
Well, you see, we say...
Which would be a shame because I'll have 2 kilos of heroin So to bust it on the whole arm thing, I mean...
Yeah, but you've made that into bricks now so you can get it up your bum safely, right?
Yeah. Don't worry about that. I've got that all sorted.
If you are from the Federal Police and you like our podcast, please just give John a gentle pat down and probably...
Just send him on his way.
Yeah.
Send him on his way with a smile, a wink and a smile. Off I go.
It's not a matter of needing a body cavity search. It's more wanting a body cavity search.
It's more would enjoy a body cavity search.
Is that why you wear that T-shirt that says, I've got 10 kilos of cocaine on me, go your hardest, Federal Police?
Yeah, that's why I wear it to the airport every time.
Yeah.
Every time. Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
You're into making friends.
Yeah, you know what? I've made a lot of friends that way. Made a lot of very close personal buddies. You know, yeah, brilliant.
What do these lyrics tell us?
Well, first of all, Grant, it starts like this. I want to run.
Are they at the airport as well?
They might be at the airport, but I don't know. There's a little more information here.
Oh.
Because they might be at the airport.
Yeah.
I want to hide.
They're definitely at the
Definitely at the airport.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you just slipped into that.
I'm just going into the Irish now.
Aye.
I want to tear down the walls that hold me inside.
Okay, so...
So he's trapped in a room. He's trapped in something.
Could be the airport
prison. He wants to run, he wants to hide.
Airport,
it could be.
Airport prison.
Airport prison.
Yeah.
He's probably like... This might be from when he was super famous, and that time he tried to smuggle some heroin on his private jet.
I've got Bono's psychologist on the phone, though, if you want to have a quick chat to him, because it could be like a metaphor, like a psychological metaphor. Should we find out?
No, I think we should just move on. Because I think this will go other places. I mean, we can. Have you actually got him on the line?
No, screw you.
We might as well.
Okay, now let's just do a boring podcast.
All right, hold on.
Hello?
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 Are you Bono's psychologist?
No.
Oh, who are you?
Who's this?
Oh, this is John from the But. Oh, it's a long story. Oh.
Sorry, mate, I must have the wrong number.
Ah, doesn't matter. Was that your nan?
Yes, Nan Bon Jovi.
Yeah. Bless her. It was so nice to hear from her.
Yeah.
Oh no, things turn a corner, Grant.
Go ahead.
I want to reach out and touch the flame.
That's dangerous.
That is very. This is bad OH&S.
This is.
Where would you find such bad OH&S?
Maybe an In Excess concert.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Well, I think there's a little clue coming up.
Oh, where?
I want to reach out and touch the flame.
Yeah, where?
Where the streets have no name. That's a housing estate going up. Where else are you going to want to run and hide? Where else do you want to tear down the walls that might hold you inside? Yeah. And where else could you reach out and touch a flame? But Bono and the lads from U2 having a bit of fun on a building site.
There you go. You can almost...
They're probably teenagers.
Stealing copper and some piping.
Yeah, you know, they're throwing a brick through an occasional window, nicking a ladder. Let's nick a ladder. You know, the multi-millionaires, U2, nicking a ladder to annoy a worker.
Be good for a laugh. Be good for a crack.
Good for a crack. Let's go down the building site. I don't know the builders.
We used to go onto building sites when I was a kid and steal stuff.
Oh yeah, I used to steal sand.
That's so shit.
No, I was about 7. About a little ball of sand.
But you didn't live in Australia.
No.
So like we're surrounded by sand.
Yeah,
That's pretty. We're girt by sea and surrounded by sand, and we're pretty much a desert.
Yeah.
We used to steal piezo ignition switches. Do you know that?
Oh no.
You know when you light a gas thing and it goes tick 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 tick. That's a piezo ignition switch. Yep. And they used to be in the hot water cylinders back in those days to light the gas.
Yeah.
In Victoria, where I lived, it was all gas, no electric. Or there was electric, but it wasn't very common. And we'd steal those, and then we'd solder a long piece of copper onto the end of it, and then put it down the back of someone's underpants. And go, click, 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 click.
That's brilliant. I never had any. I had to blow things up.
We were very violent.
Explosives.
Very violent as children. Did you blow things up?
Yeah. You could buy rolls of caps, you know, for a cap gun.
Yeah.
And there was a special way of folding them and wrapping them with tape.
Yeah.
Then you'd tie them to a length of matches.
Yeah.
You'd light the end match and fling it like a mini frisbee at your friends.
At your friends.
at your friends.
Until they died or lost
Well, they
an eye.
didn't die, but it would be a very, very loud bang in their vicinity, and they would be very scared.
Do you know what we used to steal to blow up?
Oh, no.
Ignition caps from the train lines.
Oh, they'd be big.
Yeah, they're
Big
big
explosions.
big orange things, bigger than a 50-cent piece. I'm doing a visual thing on a podcast.
Yeah.
Like the top of this can of Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Just Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
They're about that. And you would throw them at something, or some guys would hit them with sledgehammers, and they would just sound like a shotgun going off.
I would have dreamt of. I didn't even know they existed when I was a teenager, but I would have loved to have got my hands on some of them.
Yeah. It was to take the frost off the rails, apparently, or scare the birds away or something. I don't know.
Birds notoriously are dangerous for trains.
Well, maybe it wasn't for birds, but
Well, it might have been.
I can't remember.
Might be for ostriches.
It was the 80s.
Yeah.
We did a lot of stupid stuff.
80s. Things go bang.
Thank God, Generation X, like there's just no evidence at all.
Yeah, it all just disappeared. The things I did, the things you would have done.
I could be just making this up. Could be just a story. There's no evidence.
There's no, nobody took photos of this.
Only me and Michael Woodward know the truth.
Michael Woodward.
Yeah, Michael Woodward. If the word W didn't exist, he would be Michael Woodard. But he is indeed Michael Woodward. Anyway, back
to Australia's #1 podcast for stealing things off building sites.
Yes, go ahead.
I want to feel sunlight on my face.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? And on a building site.
Yeah.
You just dump some things, you're feeling the sunlight. That's a nice
That's a
afternoon
good bit of
out.
vitamin D.
Yeah. I want to see that dust cloud disappear without a trace.
Yeah. Hey,
Of course you do.
have you ever seen like a gigantic desert dust cloud?
I have seen one, yes.
Yeah, it's scary, hey? It's like
It is
ominous.
scary. And to see one in a building site, of course you want it to go.
Yeah.
You'll get grit in your eyes. You won't be able to run away with the windows that you've just pinched.
The fire would have gone out.
Yeah, the fire goes. It might stoke the fire a little. Who knows? But yeah.
Okay.
Well, but maybe not a dust cloud. You're right. A dust cloud would probably
I think it'd put the fire out.
put it out. Yeah, that's
But
no good.
I'm no Scientologist.
Well, nor am I.
No.
I'm not a Scientologist.
No.
I don't know the stuff about the Scientology.
No.
I want to take shelter from the poison rain.
Where?
You see, remember well, you probably don't remember because you weren't a kid in England. But there was all,
What do you don't oppress me. Don't oppress me.
Do you remember acid rain?
I might identify as a kid in England.
Maybe. Well, you probably do. Are you gonna have the operation
Yeah,
to look like a little specky twat?
I'm gonna have my teeth knocked out. Do you know how I know about acid rain?
How do you know about acid rain?
Mad magazine.
Really?
Yep.
So it wasn't much of a thing in Australia?
Nope.
Really? It was
Nope.
huge in England when I was a kid.
What is it?
It's something, I don't know, something to do with carbon monoxide, chemicals, up in the sky, rain brings it back down.
So
blah,
like
blah, blah, blah.
pollutants and all that
It's
sort of stuff.
pollutants.
Because I remember
But it was particularly acidic for some reason, and I was seeing forests just being apparently in Europe.
in Mad magazine, it was to do with like nuclear winter and like the US versus USSR sort of thing, and they were all afraid of. Yeah.
I think they had a different acid rain. The British one was a lot more timid.
Quite posh.
It was quite a posh one.
Yeah.
Oh, the trees' leaves are struggling.
All the leaves are brown.
All the leaves are brown.
And
Something's
the skies
going
are
on.
grey.
The skies are grey. This is a terrible
That's
state
a song.
of affairs.
That's a song for another week.
What's that?
All the leaves are brown, and the sky is grey.
Yes, that's a good one. Yes, I like that.
Do you actually know the song?
Yes, I do.
It's by the Mamas and the Papas.
I know that song.
Mama Cass, she died choking on a sandwich.
Was she a 27? 27 Club?
I think she was a 27 Club. Yeah. We could do a whole podcast on 27 Clubs.
We will have to do one on 27.
We've got one coming up on Mondegreens.
We have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to do another one on lyrics that just annoy me.
Yeah.
One line in a song that
Just grates on your
just
tits.
really, yeah.
No, that was the line. Just grates on your tits. I hate that song.
What's that in?
Yeah, you'll find out.
I'll find out. All right.
What else is
We've
happening?
taken shelter from the pouring rain.
Where?
Where? Well, where? Where the streets have no name.
Cool, I'll meet you there. Where is it?
It's where the streets have no name.
Gotcha, but whereabouts?
Where the streets have no name. I've said it slower because It's been, I have to say it 3 times apparently. And you're obviously not getting it from the first 2.
I know, but I just thought I'd give you some,
Bit of help, yeah.
bit of help.
I didn't know how else to say it. I didn't know how else to say it to try and make it make sense. So I just hoped that would.
Yeah, okay. Well, what's going on there where the streets have no name?
Well, we're still building, then burning down love.
Have you tried to light that stuff?
I know, it's impossible, isn't it? But you know what? Bono got it going.
Really?
Bono and The Edge together, I think they chucked a bit of lighter fluid on it, and they got that love going.
Do you know the drummer from U2 has the same surname as me?
Larry Mullen.
Yeah,
Junior.
spelt the same way too. My surname's not Junior, but...
I was going to say, I didn't realise Grant would spell L-A-Y-Y.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, same
really?
surname.
You say,
same
oh,
surname.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's my 19th cousin 42 times removed.
Yeah, I knew that. You've told me that before.
Yeah, we want a bit of U2 money coming our way.
Yeah. Well, so you wrote a couple of their songs. We all know that.
Yeah.
But anyway, we can't talk about that. We can't
Not
talk
on
about
this
that.
podcast.
No, we can't. That's for our musical law podcast.
That's for our music law.
Yeah.
Jung, jung.
Yeah. Everyone's going to love that one.
Yeah. Oh, that's
a little lesser known than this podcast, funnily enough.
It's an underground thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will take off.
Yeah. It's like one of those movies that wasn't popular at the time, but later became popular.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do they call it? A cult classic.
A cult classic.
Yeah.
I hope it does. It would be good for people to get the stories of the law that you're going through now with music and hear it in 10 years' time from now when it's not relevant anymore. It'd be brilliant.
Well, the first one is, of course, about that time that you were Michael Jackson for a week.
Yeah. To be fair, that was through Rent-A-Gent.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Because Melania Trump wanted me to pretend to be Michael Jackson.
She-
and I did it so well.
She booked you out a bit, to be honest.
Look, you know what? It's perfectly innocent. She just loved a piano smashing weekend.
Oh.
She loved to go out and smash pianos. That was honestly, I mean, there were shenanigans. But you know what? She just loved smashing pianos.
What did Donald think?
Well, he didn't. I don't think he knew.
He didn't know?
I think he loves a piano.
Oh.
I think he's really into pianos.
Don't smash my Steinway.
Yeah, that's probably what he said anyway. So it was on the same weekends you were hanging out with Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, they were some times.
I know. We used to double date.
Yeah.
Melania Trump, Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, and you'd go near Melania, and Sigourney, I remember, would be shouting, "Get away from her, you bitch!"
Yeah, I know.
Remember that?
I was saying, you can leave it, Sigourney. It's all right. And
yeah, she was always in character.
Always. She loved it, didn't she? Mind you, her outfits were brilliant.
Oh yeah.
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 It was a good time had by all. Anyway.
Anyway, we're digressing again.
Sorry. So where are we?
Burning down love.
Burning down love.
Yeah.
Burning down love.
Yeah.
And when I go there with you.
Okay, that sounds suggestive.
You know what? I think he's enjoying his time at the building site with his mates so much. You know what? He's turned to his girlfriend one day and he's gone, "Do you want to come down the building site?"
No,
know why he became a scouser.
Where is it, Bono? Where is it?
It's where the streets have no name.
I don't know where it is. Have you got some...
No,
Give me directions, Bono.
you know where the streets
Aye.
have no name?
No.
Well, the streets have no name.
Is it near the pub?
It's where the streets have no name.
Oh,
They
is
have
it
no
because...
name. I can't make it any plainer.
Is that because you know my brother Darren's friend Mick?
Oi, of course I know him.
Is that because Mick stole street signs again?
I think he did.
Can I stop-
wee bastard.
Can I stop talking like this now?
Yes, you
It's
can.
hurt my testicles.
All right, where are we?
Okay, also when you go there, I go there with you. Is that all you can do?
It's all I can do.
That's all you can do?
All I can do. It's all I can do.
Okay, so at least things can't get any worse.
They can't get any worse.
They can't get
any worse. Okay, they're just hanging around on a building site.
Nothing
But then,
bad can happen.
Of course it can't. This is just a beautiful story.
Yes.
The city's a flood.
Oh, shut up.
Wow, that turned a corner.
Oh, I know.
First of all, they're just setting fire to things on a building site. Suddenly it's all flooded.
Hang on, they leave the taps on as a prank.
They must have done. You're right. They left the taps on as a prank, then forgot because they're having so much fun trying to, light things.
Couldn't interject there for a second. Had a sip of my Coca-Cola.
Yeah, Kogi, you're enjoying that
I
Coca-Cola.
know, it tastes a little bit like Jack Daniels.
What? No.
Not a sponsor.
The city's a flood, and
Yet.
our love turns to rust.
So does that mean your love was like made of iron ferrite to begin with?
Which is not the best love, I don't think,
At least it's hard.
But, and it's rusted really quickly.
That's super fast.
That was.
It must be
when you read that, it's 1 second, and if something's going to rust in 1 second,
Yeah.
that's poor workmanship.
I should note at this stage that I do have a Chinese car, and I think this could be a song about something made by that particular
Do
nation.
you love your car?
I except when it gets wet, it turns to rust.
Yeah, it turns to rust, and you don't love it. Well, it's perfectly. Does it get beaten and blown by the wind? That's the next line. We're beaten and blown by the wind.
Yeah, they're not having a good time, are they? Really?
Why are they? I mean, these are obviously teenage, but this is about the band in their teenage years. Because otherwise, I wouldn't want to be amusing myself
No,
doing that.
it doesn't sound like a fun place.
No, it certainly doesn't.
My dog's just walked in the door.
Hello, Murphy.
Yeah, Murphy's joined us
sweetheart.
again. Murphy sometimes joins us on the podcast. He's learned to open doors.
So I just discovered.
He's a velociraptor.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, good boy.
Nice. Big teeth.
Okay, so they've been beaten and blown by the wind. What?
And
No, there can't be more.
no, they're trampled in dust.
I don't think this building site's in a good spot. I think we're going to find out sooner or later in this song that this is a building site that's positioned inappropriately.
You think?
That's what I think.
Why do you think that?
Because I read 2 lines ahead.
Did you? Well, let me read the line before that line.
Go ahead.
I'll show you a place.
Is it the inappropriate place where the building site is that's making all these things happen?
It probably is.
Yeah.
Because let's have a look where they've gone and put this housing estate.
I bet I know.
High on a desert plain.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Not even high on a desert plain. High on a desert plain.
Yeah.
I knew I did that. I knew that was a dumb place.
Why would they choose to put a building site high on a desert plain?
Yeah, I think that's the only reason.
Just like-
I think they just said it in the council meeting. Hey, let's put the building site high on a desert plain.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was it. Decision made.
Yeah. Should we, if we're going to put it high on a desert plain, should we make it easy to find for people? Like put clear signage and, think about what we can call this. We could call one place accidentally Kelly Street or something.
You know what? That's a really, really, really good idea. But do you know how much street signs cost?
More than $1?
They're like upwards of 10 or 15, I'm fairly sure.
You're sure?
Yeah,
Each?
and
What, each?
for each, and one at each end of the street. That's 2 every street.
That's nearly $30.
That's, and if there's quite a few streets, we could be looking at like 75, maybe even $120-ish.
What, for the whole project?
For the whole project.
That's way too much.
I know.
That's
and so
beyond
I was
my budget.
thinking, just to save money,
I'm invested in this conversation.
yeah. Why not? Let's just have a. And get this, right?
Okay.
I know it's a little left field.
Yeah.
Let's just have a housing estate
Right.
where the streets
Okay.
have no name.
I'm pausing for effect.
Nice. and postmen.
Yes.
And it'll be fun because postmen are just wandering around, not knowing what's doing.
Can we make all of the houses identical?
Yeah.
And if there's any romance involved, can we make it of some kind of cheap grade of steel?
Yeah, absolutely. Something that's going to, high ferrous content. Something that's going to rust. Mm-hmm. I think that'll be really good.
Okay, I'm in. I'm down. That sounds like a pretty good idea to me. And when I go there...
Well, yeah.
Can I go there with you?
Well, I was hoping that was the lyrics. We can go there together. It'll be lovely. We can hang out with Bono, hang out with The Edge, Larry, Clayton fella.
It's all I can do.
It's all you can do.
Yeah.
Especially at such a brilliant place.
That my love turns to rust.
Dust under rust. Trampled in the dust.
Yeah.
It's just a travesty, this song.
I think it's going to be really hard to find on Google Maps. I think it's a tough one.
Look, maybe if you just type in 3 times where the streets have no name, it probably comes up with something. Surely it comes up at least with the album cover. That'd be an amazing internet trick.
I still think it is because Bono's girlfriend's brother's cousin Mick actually went around and stole the street signs.
You know what? To be honest, I think that's most likely.
Have you ever stolen a street sign?
No, but I've stolen car license plates
Ooh.
as a child.
Ah.
I say a child, 11 or 12.
I say a child.
38. 41.
There is a street near us
Yeah.
here called Yellow Brick Road,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the most stolen street sign in
Of course,
Tasmania.
wow. Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a Menezies street spelt the same way as your
No.
name?
There is one with the incorrect spelling.
Yeah.
They don't have it with our spelling.
Not worth.
Not worth steal. I'm not going to steal that. Just
There'd be a John Place.
everything with the wrong spelling, I just point at and go, spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
Like at the Menezies Medical Centre in town,
Ah.
I always point to that and go,
should-
they spelt my medical centre wrong.
You should nick their sign.
I should do, but it's
Yeah.
not spelt right. So I just add just with a little arrow.
Hey, just because we've got a couple of minutes at the end of this podcast, should we talk about our giveaway?
Oh, how exciting! Yes, we got a giveaway.
We do
Exciting
have a giveaway.
times.
Hey, good song by the way, John. I enjoyed talking about you two, and I enjoyed that song. What do people have to? We've got something. We've got the slightly shit show bag, right?
And and you know what? It really is slightly shit.
Well, we've worked hard on making it slightly shit.
It was verging on getting quite good, and I'm glad we reined it back.
So we have a photo of the slightly shit show bag on our Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
And what we're thinking is we would like to hear from you guys to nominate a charity. And what we want to do is we want to see if we can get up to blah amount of dollars. It doesn't matter even if it's $20, really.
Mm-hmm.
If it was 10,000, it'd be nice. If it was 500, it'd be great. But we don't want you to bid for the show bag. We want you to think of something that you want to swap us for the show bag that's of some sort of value. And we want to then get that thing that you give us, and we want to swap that for something. And each episode, we're going to see what we've swapped it for. Does that sound, John, like what we talked about what we do?
Absolutely brilliant. We're going to give it a go. It might go for 3 weeks. It might go forever. We don't know.
We're gonna do it, and so we want to hear from you guys. What charity do you want us to focus on? And we will take the most popular, and we'll do it as maybe a poll in the Facebook group as well.
Yep.
We'll take your suggestions, and we'll go from there. And then we will see how many weeks we do it for, or how many months we do it for. God forbid,
and
years.
decide on what we do at the end for who.
Well, it depends on the charity, doesn't it? So if you come up with, for example, the Menezies Medical Centre, if that's the charity, I don't think they're a charity, but if that's something to do with that, then we'll see what a good amount of money is. We'll talk to them and see what a good amount of money is or whatever, and
we'll work it out.
Yeah, work from there. Wouldn't it be good if we ended up with a chalet in the Swiss Alps? All because of a slightly shit show bag.
That's what I'd like, personally.
Yeah, well, let's go for
Anyhow.
that. Do you know what else I'd like?
What else would you like?
To never have to hear this bloody song again.
Оттого поет он эти песни вслух. И неважно, чем он занят, если он худеть не станет, а ведь он худеть не станет, если, конечно, вовремя подкрепиться. Да. Трам-парам-па-пам-парам-па-пам-пам-па. Пум-пурум-пу-пу-пурум-пу-трам-пам-па. Пум-пурум-пу-пу-пурум-пум. Пум-пу-пум-пурум-пум-пум. Хорошо живет на свете Винни-Пух. Оттого поет он эти песни вслух. И неважно, чем он занят, если он толстеть не станет, а ведь он